This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of NASCAR's top 3 series, send them through the ratings algorithm, and see who comes out on top. Here's a few tidbits to know heading in. The driver ratings are updated race by race to reflect the performance of that driver throughout the season, as well as at that specific track in recent years. The races are at 100% length and use normal tire and fuel wear. The starting lineup will match the real-life qualifying using the provisional starting order, not the one that includes drivers heading to the back. The weather will match the real-life start time data, and commentary will match the real-life scenarios, not the standings that will be posted at the end of the video. And as always, this series is for entertainment purposes only. Using artificial intelligence and using the results of this race for gambling purposes is discouraged. An action-packed weekend full of races here at Kentucky. Chase Briscoe going to take the first Xfinity race. Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric just behind. Anthony Alfredo, Jeremy Clements with some solid top 10s. Riley Herbst, Brandon Jones, Ryan Seek just outside of getting that top 10 run. Ross Chastain having a little bit of trouble. That puts him far back in the field, along with Myatt Snyder, who crashes out. And if you liked it once, maybe twice is nice. Briscoe being the dominant driver of the season. He's going to take the second race as well. Sweep the races here. Anthony Alfredo getting all the way up to second place. Chastain gets his comeback. Jeffrey Earnhardt finds his way up into the top 10, and Justin Haley able to pull it back to a top 20 after getting tangled with Austin Cindric, who later found himself in an accident in his own oil, hitting the wall. And taking a look at how trucks finish up, Stuart Friesen going to get to the line first, caught up in a little bit of traffic coming to the line. Austin Hill, Derek Cross, Tanner Gray, and Ben Rhodes making up the top 5. Notable top 10s as well for part-timers Chandler Smith and Parker Kligerman. Christian Eckes having some problems finishing back there in 22nd, and Chase Purdy in the GMS machine back there in 36th. But otherwise, a lot of the front runners staying up near the front of the field. Now we head to the Cup Series event. 400 miles here at Kentucky Speedway in the Commonwealth. Kyle Busch and Joey Logano in the front row. Green flag flies. Kyle Busch rocketing off at the start, and for good reason. He is in control of this racetrack. We've been coming here since 2011, and he has not finished any worse than 12th in his 9 starts here. 4.7 average finish, just ahead of Eric Jones. He has a couple of victories here at this racetrack, but it's Brad Keselowski who leads the way in that stat. Martin Truex Jr. has a pair. Kurt Busch also has one, and with Matt Kenseth being in the field, we have all of our race winners here at the racetrack. Meanwhile, when you come to those finishes that might not be the victories, Denny Hamlin, he's got 4 top 5s here along with Keselowski. Kyle Busch obviously leading the way with 7, but Hamlin finds his way up there. Just hasn't been able to pull off a victory here, looking for that first one here tonight. Kurt Busch, the winner of this event last year, had an intense battle with his brother Kyle coming to the start-finish line. He has 6 top 10s here, just behind Kyle Busch with 8, and Kevin Harvick tied with him there. In addition to Logano, Kenseth, and Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr. trying to find his way to the front. He's led a few laps here in his 2 victories and trying to see what he can do to keep up with this lead pack. Staying in it right now. You can see Kyle Busch starting to get into some lap traffic. Kevin Harvick still leading the way, though. Jimmie Johnson back at the racetrack. Obviously missed out at the Brickyard. Lost a lot of points due to his COVID-19 positive status, but he did clear out with a physician, tested negative twice. He is back at the racetrack, but right now, not having quite the run that he would like to have. Here comes Hamlin. He is looking to charge on Kevin Harvick for the lead. And he is going to utilize that outside line. Seems like up there in the traction compound, that is really the way you want to go. And Hamlin is utilizing it right now. Able to get by to the lead, and now he'll be the first one to come down for a pit stop. And being the first one down is going to give him a pretty big advantage riding on board Kyle Busch. Hamlin's all the way back up there with those couple of lapped cars. Harvick is just trailing on the 18 car. Coming to the stage end, Denny Hamlin going to be stage 1 victor. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski making up the top 5. Austin Dillon and Di Benedetto squeaking in there for a couple of stage points. Everybody will come down to top off on fuel, and we will get back to the restart with Hamlin still out front. Looks like Kyle Busch dropped a couple positions on the pit stop, but he is still there in 5th place. But he's going to have a problem. He's coming down the pit lane. He gives up a great running spot, and it looks like he has an unscheduled stop here. That's going to cost him a lot of time and should send him down a lap. And this early on, he's not going to have the advantage of getting fresh tires and just rocketing to the front. That's going to put him back for a long time. Here's Matt Kenseth, got a runner-up at the Brickyard. We mentioned throughout the season that he has not had the return that he would like. Hasn't been able to put up those good finishes, but hopefully that run there at Indianapolis will give him a good boost of momentum. And there's problems here on the backstretch. Josh Bulicki going around right in front of Jimmy Johnson. And now we'll bring out the caution. It looks like Garrett Smithley was coming off of pit lane. I wonder if that got the middle part of that field with a lot of lapped cars a little jumpy. But that is going to send the 77 spinning. We're going to have another restart. And Matt DiBenedetto leading under the restart. It looks like Joey Logano, who had the lead coming to the stage end, had a slow stop, and that's what sent him back a few positions and let the 21 out in front. We see here Corey LaJoie having a problem. Slides down through the grass. He's going to keep it on the racetrack, though. Keep it out of harm's way. Will stay green. Kurt Busch pressuring Denny Hamlin at the front. They've been able to get by the 21 car, but now Brennan Poole getting a little in the way, and Kurt Busch going to power by. Utilize the lap traffic as a pick and get by Denny Hamlin, and that's going to let him take the stage. Busch out in front of Hamlin. Harvick in third, Keselowski fourth. Austin Dillon gets to fifth place. Benedetto had the lead on that restart. He'll fall back to seventh. And as we were coming to the stage end, Tyler Reddick goes up in smoke. And that is going to be the end of his night. What a bummer for the RCR driver, looking to see if he can point his way into the playoffs. Kurt Busch is going to lead the way on the restart, followed by Hamlin and Harvick. The two drivers that have been dominating this season, they are right in his wheelhouse. But there's going to be problems here. Corey LaJoie making a little contact with a few drivers, and he's going to get spun by the 77. He's already had the mechanical problems, and now he's going to have another issue coming off of turn 4. Looks like there might have been a little contact with Chase Elliott that sent him up in the Garrett Smithley. So Busch once again leading the way on the restart. Going to take it down into turn 1, see if he can hold him off. And Hamlin's going to be able to get by him. Now it's Kevin Harvick trying to utilize that outside lane that's been more preferred, especially in turns 3 and 4. Seems pretty equal down in 1 and 2, but turns 3 and 4, you really want to be kind of in that middle line. We see here Eric Almirola staying in the hunt, and he is trying to get his way up to the top 10 or maybe even the top 5. He has 5 straight top 5s coming into this race, but he's going to have a career night here if he wants to keep that streak going. Has a best finish of 8th at this racetrack. And problems here as Ty Dillon gets a little too high on Chase Elliott. And the 13 is going to hit the outside wall coming out of 4. So another incident in that corner. It's going to lead to another restart. Kurt Busch leading the way. Kevin Harvick gets to second place, Denny Hamlin in third. Could have another problem here, though, as Kyle Busch comes up on Joey Gase, a lapped car, and they are going to hit the outside wall, the inside wall, and take a few cars with them. Christopher Bell, Timmy Hill, Daniel Suarez looking down the backstretch right in front of a lot of traffic. It's a wonder that no one else got involved in that other than those 3 other cars, because there was a lot of traffic right behind them, including several guys that were on the lead lap. We restart again, and it seems like this stage is dragging on now. Kurt Busch still out in front of Kevin Harvick. I bet he'd be fine if we stayed under caution if it meant getting his first win of the season, but we are not going to stay under green as Christopher Bell cuts down and takes out Jimmy Johnson and collects Kyle Busch. Don't know what the 95 was doing, but I can't imagine that those 2 others are pleased with his move. Don't know if it was a cut tire or a penalty he was serving, but it was way out of line, and that is going to take those drivers out of the contention for a possibly good finish, and there's going to be even more problems. Chase Elliott getting turned by Daniel Suarez. They were coming up to a lapped car. The 9 going to have some damage now. And now it seems like some pit strategy playing into effect. Joey Logano out in front because Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, they've all taken a pit stop. I think they're trying to top off on fuel just to make sure that they don't run out. But that also means they have to fight through this traffic. Looks like Hamlin is getting closer to Logano at the front, but Harvick's a little trapped in behind John Hunter Nemechek, Ryan Preece, Bubba Wallace, although Nemechek is competing for position. And here comes Hamlin. He's coming up really fast and is going to power to the outside of Joey Logano, and he is going to take over the lead. We mentioned he's been looking for his first victory here. Has best finish of 3rd in 2012 and 2015. And he's trying to break the tie with Kevin Harvick for most wins on the season. Here comes Eric Almirola to the outside of Logano. We said he was looking for a 6th straight top 5, and he is putting up a good performance to show for that. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick still caught up in traffic, but it looks like that's the case for the entire front runner group. You see Blaney, Logano, they're all kind of trapped in. And that inside line is not the preferred line. They want to be on that outside. Meanwhile, Hamlin building a little bit of a gap, trying to put lapped cars between them. And he's starting to get out in front, but here comes Harvick. Harvick still in contention as he's cleared the traffic, as has Austin Dillon and Kurt Busch. The 4 car still right there. 8 wins between these drivers, and they're coming to the white flag. They have been dominant all season long, and they are trying to be the first driver to get the 5 wins. Ryan Preece about to catch up to him. They're going low. They're both going to go underneath him, but can Hamlin clear him to get the outside line? And he's going to be able to do it. Harvick not quite there. He's going to try the inside, but it's not going to stick. And it's not going to work out for the 4 driver. Hamlin coming around turn 4. Had a hard break, cut tire from the lead at the Brickyard, but he is going to go to victory lane tonight at Kentucky. That is a way to show off the strong suits for your team. Coming down for that late pit stop when other drivers did not, but still being able to power through the field and get to the front. He is going to take the victory tonight. Win number 5 on the season. Kevin Harvick going to settle for runner-up. Last year's winner, Kurt Busch, in 3rd. Austin Dillon and Ryan Blaney keeping in top 5s. And John Hunter Nemechek gets up there to 6th place. Eric Almirola's top 5 streak, unfortunately going to come to an end, but still gets a respectable 10th place run. Eric Jones, Matt Benedetto just outside the top 10 along with Truex Jr. and Matt Kenseth, last week's runner-up. Cole Custer gets the top 15 run. Good run for the rookie. Alex Bowman with a pretty mediocre 17th place run. Didn't talk about him all night, and Chase Elliott obviously got caught up in a wreck. And Hendrick just really didn't have it. 21st place for William Byron, one lap down. Looking back here in the 20s, you also have Christopher Bell, who had that big mistake and that also unexpected run down the pit lane that took out Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson, who are going to finish deep in the field. You also see Tyler Reddick, who blew up early. Corey LaJoie, who had multiple problems throughout the night. He's going to finish the last car, not dropping out of the race. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoy the race, and we will see you all next time.